The party has faced many dangerous situations before, but none as dire as the one they are in now. Both Yaramir and Faris have been slain. No hope of relief coming from the mainland, and both Grimes and William have grievous wounds. They decide they need to secure the area before they do anything else. They discover that they are inside a volcano, with the mouth sealed by a strange crystal construction with 19 spiraled floors. They find numerous smaller chambers leading from the central chamber. They explore one of the chambers and find a scrag encased in crystal, which they decide to dump into the lava. Soon they are moving to all the chambers, dumping all the scrags into the lava, with William muttering a prayer to Bellum with each scrag dispatched. With each body dumped, crackling energy is released, but by the time they reach the last room, strange energy is dancing everywhere, and the crystal cover is cracking. The last room turns out to be an armory filled with magical items. They quickly loot as much as they can before the ceiling collapses, stopping only to give Faris and Yaramir to Bellum, which increases the energy, collapsing the ceiling, which causes the lava to start rising. As they start fleeing, they hear the angry roar of a dragon, but the party has more immediate concerns as they flee the rising lava. When they reach the outside, they see 2 dragons circling the ash-filled skies. In desperate need of rest, they collapse into the tent for a while. They decide to seek sanctuary with the giants so they can recover from their ordeal, and camp for a few days first to recover. During this time, they examine their haul, and while they are distracted, Amelie puts on Faris's cursed mask. But on the plus side, they discover some of the potions they gathered to have healing properties. When they once more meet up with the giants, the king provides the location of the Gale's lair, more scrag holes, and 3 other volcanoes, which seem to coincide with dragon lairs. They remain at the giant's hold for some time while they recover from their ordeal. While they rest, Amelie studies Yaramir's scrolls. Then they decide to head to Gale's lair to see what treasures it holds. Will the party ignite all the volcanoes? Are the dragons and scrags linked? What will they do with all their treasure? Let's find out now on Frozen Frontier.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Frozen Frontier. How are you 2 doing today?
Doing well.
Good. Good.
Let's get to it, Neal.
Oh, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, shit.
Ready for some treasure?
Unless you want to talk about Smash Brothers, which is awesome. But yeah, I think we should just go.
We could talk about Thrones of War Britannia.
Oh yeah, I was watching a bit of that as well, Neal. That was good. That was good times.
It's pretty good. I really, really like Thrones of War Britannia. They made a lot of adjustment.
Is it new?
February of this year. Relatively new.
Yeah, it looked good. You should watch. You should watch The Last Kingdom because it's about that.
I just started that.
What do you think, Ryan?
I'll give it a shot. I've only a couple episodes in. I don't know. It's a little low budget. The actors are all like not attractive, which is kind of interesting.
you take that back. Uhtred, son of Uhtred, is a god amongst men.
Yeah, it's a Netflix original, right? So they couldn't afford like big name actors.
No, the first 2 seasons
more realistic.
of the BBC. The first 2 seasons of the BBC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That explains it. They're British.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Steady on.
Actually, based on the accents, some of them do sound Scandinavian or something.
I am Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
It's a little weird because it's like the exact same characters as Vikings.
Yeah, I haven't watched
Like,
Vikings.
why didn't they pick a different period in history? I mean, they're doing a better job with the history, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
In Vikings, they were just like, they cut out like a bunch of historical figures. They were just like, these interim kings that only lasted a month don't need to exist. We'll just combine them all into this one convenient super character. And
that seems like the right way of doing it.
yeah. So, any more chat to chit, or shall we?
No, we've chitted the chat.
The chat has been chitted.
All right. What's the plan?
I think we're climbing this mountain and searching out a dragon lair. Neal just got the uh-oh face.
That's the shit, I forgot to hop into roll 20 face.
Oh.
Are we expecting the dragon's lair to be in the volcano? I think it's going to be two separate things, right?
I don't know what to expect. I've wandered in a couple miles and haven't seen anything. I think now that we've got our food supply secured, though, we're just gonna.
Have we found a passage? No, you mean like climb the mountain and wandered around?
Climb the mountain, but haven't found anything.
All right. Well, yeah, I think that's the play.
So the search continues. Is Amelie going to stay with us, or are we setting up a camp and leaving her there? I think she stays with us, right?
Let's ask her. Amelie.
All right. She looks up at you. Yeah.
We're gonna climb this mountain. Do you want to stay down here in the tent, or in? Oh, actually, we've only got one tent. Looks like you're coming with us. I hope you can climb.
She nods enthusiastically,
Probably
convinced that she can climb.
Keep your opinions to yourself, Grimes.
That was an aside to Amelie.
Oh, okay. All right, Grimes, if you know the way up, let's get going. Is it first thing in the morning? Yeah, Neal.
Yeah,
yeah.
The day after the caribou, I think.
All right. I've not been keeping track of firewood because we've been in forests, but I'm going to refill to 170 pounds now.
All right. You take some time to chop down some trees, split them properly. Let's take a look at the map, find out where we are. Where are we? We're over here. Yes. None of the trees that you find are fresh. They're all old and perfectly cured and ready to go.
Yeah.
What are all these D20s?
Just D20 spam.
I don't
worry about
understand.
it. It's intentionally. You should not understand it. That is the point. I have
hiding something from above.
No, because you can scroll back up and see that, no problem.
Chat card though.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, here you are. So into the mountains you go. Let's grab the weather chart. All right, the forecast today is light.
Right. So let's take a look. Do I need to make any climbing check to go, or shall I just roll a distance?
I think you just roll a distance.
Mountains light, only D4 miles.
Yeah, it's difficult to traverse
going.
these things.
2 miles in. It's about as far as I made it yesterday.
Okay.
Oh,
So I'll probably just retrace my progress, helping the party to navigate.
Yep.
William, you can move us 2 miles into the mountains. All right.
You'll do it.
I will move us. Oh, fucking grid is turned on somehow. Hold on. How did the grid get turned on this piece? It's not. Why is William bumping around like a madman?
Just bumping around.
Okay, there we go. All right, so you head a couple miles in. It's not great progress, but there you go. You are surrounded by mountains everywhere. Tall peaks jut up into the sky, and you've lost sight of the horizon, or you've lost sight of the land and the sea. All you can see at this point are mountaintops everywhere as you go in search of a dragon's lair.
Yep.
I think we find a ledge or a cave or something to set up our tent for the night.
Mm-hmm. You can find a spot and set everything up and wait.
Get a fire going.
All right. Yeah. So we need 8 hours of firewood for the night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we use 6 rations.
Yes.
Are we both at full HP?
Yep. Well, I am.
Cool. I am as well.
Okay.
Good news.
The next morning is also light weather.
3 more miles. That may
Going
get us-
is slow.
We don't really know what we're looking for here.
No.
You're looking for a dragon's lair.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
Well, the last one was just a cave in the top of the mountains, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we're looking for caves, volcanoes, barring any obvious landmarks, the tallest peak around that looks like a nice roost. So I think this day we'll get out 3 miles further in, set up a camp, and maybe Grimes will continue to like the top of this tallest peak
Yeah, I think that's sensible.
and see if I can get a view.
Let's. I'll set up. If we set up camp here tomorrow, I'll just.
That was yesterday's progress, right? Or is this where we got today?
I haven't moved you guys yet for today.
Okay, so you get 3 miles further in, and I'm
Yeah.
seeing like this peak here. This peak here. That looks like one of the taller peaks around. So we'll set up a camp somewhere along the base. Maybe Grimes gets a little further up the peak with a spyglass and looks around.
Yeah, can I get a perception check? I will move your characters in just a minute. I'm just working on a different map.
D20, D1, plus 14.
Nice.
Crit with the spyglass.
Ooh.
I don't see anything, but what happens when I pull out the spyglass and do another scan?
Well, you see a few things. First off, you see movement along the mountains to the west of you. And it's not big dragon movement, it looks like Yeti movement. There are few of them, maybe 4, moving together along some ledges. You can watch them for a while and see that there are certain areas where they just leap like 30 feet over
we're
a
talking like
gorge.
somewhere there-ish.
I
just scribbled in brown.
Oh yeah, somewhere to your
I can,
west. Yeah,
I can probably only see a couple miles, right? So it's just like the next ridge over. I can see Yetis crawling across the landscape.
They're definitely too far for you to engage them or for them to engage you, but you see them out there. And it's possible that they see you too. They don't look like they do, but sometimes they do.
They'll see the fire at least.
But no signs of dragon roosts.
No
Do I
signs
see-
of dragon roosts.
Do I see any plausible candidates? Or am I just like, it's not here, we should keep moving?
Let me finish this map, which I'm done with now, and move you. You got 3 miles of movement?
Yeah, 2 the
Nice.
first day, 3 the second.
Yeah, and you rolled a natural 20. You do spot this what would be a perfect dragon lair. There's a sheer cliff, and partway in the sheer cliff, there is a cave. You know, it's just flat up and down on all sides, no walkway to it at all.
Is it
It's
south of
maybe
here?
yeah, it's maybe 20 feet wide at the entrance, maybe 20 feet tall, 15 feet tall. It's hard to say.
How far above the like how much of a sheer face is it? We're talking hundreds of feet.
You can't see, there's like a range that blocks the view of how far down that sheer cliff goes. It's at least 50 feet. You can kind of just barely make it out over the lip of this thing. Tomorrow, if you get some decent movement, you will probably be able to have a full view of it.
Okay.
Tomorrow
will-
is also a light day.
I will return to camp to the rising smoke and the smell of cooking caribou.
What do you see, Grimes?
At least 4 Yetis to the range west of here. I don't think they're close enough to be an issue, but they've likely spotted our smoke.
Do you speak Yeti?
I pause for a second, thinking: Have I communicated with Yetis before? I don't know if they. I don't know if they have a spoken language, but if they do, I'm sure I could find a way to communicate. And south of here, there's a cave I want to check out tomorrow.
Oh, well, that's good. Good news.
If I were a dragon, looks like a good place to roost.
Okay.
So let's rest up, warm our bones, and
With only two of us, we're gonna have to take longer in the evenings, are we, Neal? So we need to get
3.
Well, we can't have
You
Emily
mean in
doing
terms of
watch, can
keeping
we?
watch?
Yeah.
Why can't? Why not?
I think we need the time to warm up, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So like a 6 and 6 watch.
Yeah, so we might need to do
Fine.
12 hours rather than 8.
Okay. Then start
I think
burning 12
typical
hours of
D&D
firewood.
movement kind of assumes 8 hours of movement and 16 hours of downtime. Is that a typical D&D day?
I thought it was 10 hours of travel, including a few hours of breaking along the way.
Okay.
And then 8 to 10 hours of rest, and the remaining time is whatever.
Okay.
All right, so I've burned 12 hours and I've burned 6
We should
rations.
probably. What is Amelie's warmth like? Are we just not? Do we just not care?
I have notes on it, but I've kind of forgotten about it. Give me a moment here.
We
Amelie.
need to be resting midday, like stopping midday, building a fire, and warming her back up.
I think she's okay on light days, but moderate days are the problem for her.
So light is 2 points an hour. We're talking 10-ish hours, so she needs at least 20 points to move through a light day. Although I guess she could get a little cold at the end.
Well, you don't want to be constantly freezing and warming. Maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you do. Let's take a look.
Sorry, he's still doing something. Okay.
Yeah. I just want to take a look at the cold system. Here it is. Amelie has probably like 12 con, so that's 12 points right away, right? And
No.
then
It's
You don't get a
average
point
of
per
con
con?
and will.
oh, okay.
Average of con and will plus level.
All right, so she's probably got maybe 10. No, she's probably got. I'll say she's got 10 or 11 will. We'll say 11 points from stats. Plus. What does she have on her? She's got leather boots. She's got probably leather gloves instead of mittens. She's got breeches.
So leather all the way up. Is that what we're looking? So that'd be 12
She's
points if she's
got-
fully outfitted in leather. Maybe 10 if some of that's cloth. So she's probably got 21 points or so. She can make it through a light day at least.
She doesn't need to fight, so she can go below.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's what I was saying. She could go another 10 hours of con, right? Or 10 hours of stats.
In a pinch, if it's life or death, yeah.
But
So
I'm saying
I think
it's not the worst deal for her to start getting, like, for her to dip a few points of con in the evening before we get the fire warmed up. Like,
Okay.
that
Sure.
seems
That seems
narratively
fine.
reasonable, right?
Yeah.
For us to not notice she's got this mask of horror on. I don't think we quite realize when she's shivering.
Right. Okay.
During
we
my
get-
watch that night,
Mm-hmm.
I want to take out the gem of true seeing, if that's what it is,
Mm-hmm.
and try and look at the potions.
Okay.
Wondering if it reveals some type of indication of what kind of magic it is, or if maybe it translates the script. Maybe if it's like magical scrag lettering.
Give me an intelligence check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do it. Just check. I think it's 11. But yeah. Oh. You should have rolled it. Now you could tell me that the potions were different things.
No. You have no idea. It was for a different thing altogether. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. So what? I look through the gem and it just looks
It's
the same.
fucking. It's the same. Yeah. You see nothing through the gem.
I look around the mountains. Does it just look the same?
Everything looks the same.
All right. Yeah, I put it away. I carry on my watch then.
Okay. Next day, a light day, a calm day, actually.
All right. The weather looks good today, Grimes. Let's make it to that cave.
Ooh.
Nice.
So we got plenty of movement.
That'll do it.
Half the day to get us to the base of the cave.
Yeah, you clear the next ridge, which you actually have to go over instead of around, and you can see that this is maybe 100 feet of sheer cliff below the mouth, and then it kind of curves out and becomes less steep, and becomes valleys filled with snow and stuff.
Well, 100 feet is perfect. That's exactly how much silk rope I have.
Marvelous.
So I will free climb up and secure a grappling hook with rope.
Okay, so you guys get to the base. You head over this ridge, down to the next valley, up the slope to the point where you're at the base of the sheer cliff, standing on snow and loose rock and rubble. You're looking straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And
Grimes is going to go ahead and free climb.
yeah.
Oh, not looking good, but it's not a 1.
You start making your way up this dangerous cliff in the heart of the mountains, near a dead dragon's roost. And while you're doing that, I want to go take a look at William and Amelie for a minute here.
Uh-oh.
Are you going to bring her into this battle?
Battle? What battle? Yeah,
The inevitable battle. There's always a battle.
She's gonna climb up the cliff, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
I mean...
Yeah, you're bringing her with you.
This is what I said to Yaramir, like, she's clearly not safe. She should be with the kobolds, but here we are. So, she gets killed in battle then.
She should be queen of the kobolds.
Yeah.
With that mask, she could rule all 2 hit die creatures with an iron fist.
I'm looking out for yetis whilst I wait for Grimes to drop the rope down. It would be unfortunate to get attacked now.
Yeah. You haven't seen your children in years now. Countless years. And here's a girl about your daughter's age that you are taking with you on an adventure, and you had received letters about your daughters wanting to be great warriors, and here's this non-daughter of yours out with you on these fantastic adventures. Do you have... If you survive all of this, do you plan on adopting Amelie?
I think I promised Krob that I would, so... Maybe not personally adopt her, but at least give her a space in wherever I end up. I think her wearing the mask has actually helped William forget about his own children. Right, while she looked like a young girl, it was more difficult. But I think William's such a seasoned adventurer, and he's been out here for so long now that I think he's pretty good at switching off his emotions to be able to focus on the task.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't go around fighting for your life all the time if you're gonna get upset every time somebody gets killed.
Right. You need to steel your heart against the death of your friends and family and companions. Yeah. You can't be worried about the life of this poor girl. If you do, they'll just get you killed.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear ya. It's a tough situation to be in.
I'd trade her life if it meant that the rest of the expedition was still alive. Like the other NPCs, I mean, like the fact that she survived that is, I don't know, I probably would have rather Cal Hughes survived. But
well, you're an honest man, William. You're an honest man. Okay, Grimes, you free climb to the top of this. You make it to this entrance. As I said before, it's about 20 feet wide, 15, 20 feet tall. Kind of, ovular shaped, except flat on the bottom. It does not really look all that natural at first glance. You can definitely see it's been ripped and pulled, and there are deep talon marks in it. It looks like this might have been maybe a small cave that a dragon has expanded. Do you head in?
I look in. How far in can I see just by the light of the day? 20 feet or so?
No, because it's a northern-facing cave.
And we're in the southern
September.
hemisphere, so it's probably full on. I get the full light of the sun, right?
I'm not sure about hemispheres and all that jazz. This might be a flat world without any hemispheres. I haven't decided
confirmed.
Yet. Do you believe?
Lucky for you, Grimes is too dumb to sort out this geometry right here, right now.
Okay.
But if we
you've
had
got
a wizard
good.
with us, We would math the shit out of this.
You've got some good light shining into the cave. You can see piles of bones. It looks like it's pretty snow-free in there.
How
Maybe
deep
a little
does
bit
it go?
ice.
Like, is it like
it's huge. Yeah.
But it's single chamber. I don't see like a.
It's hard to see. There's lots of if you walk in, there will be little passages that go to the side, but you can't tell if they go somewhere else or not. It's maybe like 300 feet deep from where you can see, and maybe almost that wide as well.
Do I see anything that catches my eye? I think I stop for a minute and just look inside. Okay.
The place is littered with bones and treasure. I mean, there's a whole treasure hoard section off on the back, but yeah, bones are everywhere. Human-ish bones, humanoid bones, Yeti bones.
Fingers tingle.
You even see a few giant bones in here.
But I will secure a rope to let William and probably Amelie up. Okay. So I look around near the entrance to somewhere to secure a grappling hook.
You can either find or create something to secure your grappling hook. You've got like a pickaxe with you, right?
I have a climbing pick.
There we go.
Ice pick.
With that, you can definitely chip some stuff
away. My
away.
last two, so I prefer to keep those and just use the grappling hook temporarily.
Yeah. You can carve a spot in a rock.
And then I will let down 100 feet of silk rope and sort of pause for a minute at the ledge, looking down, thinking whether William is going to be able to sort this out on his own or whether I should rappel down and help them up.
Yeah.
Seeing the rope come down.
So what does William do when a rope falls?
All right, this is our cue, Amelie. You first.
She grabs the rope with her gloved hands and tries to climb it.
All right, I stand underneath. I'm trying to catch her if she falls.
Oh my God, Grimes is up there like, oh shit, what are these buffoons doing?
All right, let me take a look at our climbing system.
But at this point, I'm just gonna check the rope and make sure it doesn't fall. The wind carries Grimes' words away as he shouts, "The harness, you fools!"
It can't be heard. All right, Amelie, let's give you a roll. That is a terrible roll. Amelie starts climbing up. William, roll me a D100.
See how far she gets before she falls.
Yeah.
Is low good? Low is close to the bottom? Oh no.
Amelie is 4 feet from the top of the ledge.
I get a chance to reach her, right? I'm spotting from the top. I'm holding the rope. I can even give it a yank the last 4 feet.
Yeah, it's as she's getting to the very top, her grip starts to slip a little bit. Her feet fall out and she's holding onto the rope just barely, as her feet are giving way. And you can hear her panting. She's exhausted from this climb after being in the cold all day, traveling through these mountains in such a terrible situation. She is just barely dangling there.
Do I need to roll something, or can I just?
I need you to give me a dex check to reach down and grab her and pull her up safely.
No advantage or anything. She doesn't help.
You've got hold of the rope. That might give you a +2.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think. Holy shit. I think she slips. I think Amelie slips and falls. Grimes doesn't catch her in time.
The hit to grab her. That was the
dex check is the attempt to reach down and grab her before she slips away.
Amelie.
She loses her grip on the rope and tumbles 94 feet towards William.
There's no options here, right? That dex check was the one chance I had to grab.
Dex check was the option. William, she's gonna fall. You said you wanted to catch her, right?
Think back. How much damage did that do? In Solemn.
This is gonna be 9d6 falling damage.
To her, yeah, but what about to me? What about to me, though?
I don't know. Can you catch her?
I'm gonna try.
Are you gonna try?
Yeah.
All right. You two give me a dex check for catching the falling girl.
X, really? Perception?
Does Amelie not get her own dex check to catch herself before she falls? Usually when I fall, I get a dex check, or did you just outsource that to me?
I think that's fair for you because you're a proficient climber. She's a 9-year-old girl. She's a young girl who has never really, done any of this adventuring. I think you get extra things because you're a leveled player character.
Sure.
Give me, a dex check I think is more appropriate to position yourself and catch with care, instead of just like Supermaning your arms out and letting her break on them.
All right, well, next time I'm getting my mask back. 19.
Oh, God.
You miss. Or more appropriately, you get your arms out, but she just like slips right between them, hitting the rocks below.
I think Grimes jumps off the ledge, grabs the rope, and rappels down. But I don't think I can rappel. I certainly can't rappel faster than a free fall. So I'll roll myself a climbing check, but I think I just get to the bottom and find a splattered Amelie.
Oh well. What a way to go here.
Hold on, let me roll some dice here.
Does she land in snow?
I don't think so. I think the ledge directly beneath the cave is rocky. Let's see, 20. Oh god, she's gonna take 31 damage. 33 damage, I'm sorry. There's no way, even if we have that, even if she were to land in snow, she would not make it. So she climbs up, she slips, Grimes goes to catch her, she falls, William tries to catch her. She falls right between his arms, hits the rocks, and sort of like splatters and breaks open, her chest cavity ripping, blood flowing everywhere. This is like a mutilated body on the rocky slopes beneath the dragon's lair.
Amelie!
I'm sorry.
Grimes comes rappelling down. Amelie!
Don't look,
William, you
Grimes.
dolt! Why wasn't she wearing the harness? And I rush to her, but the mask has fallen off her face, right?
Oh yeah, it's gone.
She's dead.
I look up at Grimes as he rappels down to the ground.
Yeah. I think I'm already... you can rappel basically at a free fall with a successful climbing check.
It's a moment of silence.
Grimes is like fuming.
Is her head intact?
No. There's little bits of brain matter on the ground at your feet.
I look up to the sky, curse the gods. Damn you!
I'll open up the portable hole and make a small fire and set it on fire. Over a corpse.
Okay, so you're gonna build a fire and set Amelie on fire.
Yeah, then
Okay.
after taking back the mask.
Sure, but if you want to build like a fire enough to properly char and burn a body, you're gonna need to bring out quite a bit of firewood. We're
there's
talking many, many pounds. Many scores of pounds.
What about covering her in snow? Is there enough snow nearby?
Yeah, you can go cover her in snow and ice.
I think I'm just down there shaking my head when Grimes arrives. What do we do?
What do we do? You've done enough. I'd pick up Amelie's remains and walk off. I don't know. Give her a mountain burial.
She splattered. She splattered.
She is splattered. It's a messy, you pick up the body and then you realize that some of her entrails are just like leaking out her backside where it's been ripped open and the arm is barely hanging on. And
yeah, I do my best to scoop it together and scoop her together and walk some distance off.
you head down the slope, bury her in the snow.
I just find somewhere with a nice view. I think probably make a pile of rocks upon her.
You're in a
body.
valley. There's not much of a nice view down here. No one will ever find her corpse.
In case maybe we'll take her back up. I think I'll wrap her in a cloak, either her cloak or
And take her up the mountain
yeah,
into the dragon's lair?
yeah. That seems like a better place to lay her to rest than here at the bottom.
All right. How are you going to make your way up with the body?
I securing her in a cloak, tying it off with some twine.
Mm-hmm. And then just like attaching it to you, and just like
hanging it from my back as I climb, probably with some penalty.
Okay.
Although I've got a climbing harness, so I loop the rope through my harness, giving William an angry, meaningful look.
Yeah.
And climb safely to the top.
Neal, well, it's maybe too late now, but would that the amulet of giving her a bonus to her climbing check?
8 didn't intervene.
Did not intervene.
All right, I'll take that as well.
All right, you grab the amulet of Tempos, put it on your character sheet.
I'm leaving it in the portable hold.
Okay.
Did she have anything else? She had all the papers and stuff.
Yeah, the spell book.
Another time, the spell book.
Scrolls.
Yep. I'll just add it. Spell book. The arrow scrolls. Arrow papers.
Okay. Grimes, you scale the mountain.
Yep. When you get back, Grimes.
I don't come back. I take Amelie to the top of the mountain and like lay her to rest at the on the ledge to the dragon cave. Yeah.
You go back up. All right, I go back.
And I stack a pile of bones on top of her.
All right, I'm gonna climb up. William. I attach my harness to the rope.
All right, with their harness attached, eventually you will make it. It's more or less guaranteed success, unless something happens to the rope.
Like Grimes cutting it.
Right. Grimes, you cut the rope when he's at 99 feet?
No, I think he climbs up many minutes later to see me stacking stones on top of Amelie's remains.
Okay. Actually, as William approaches the top, as he's making his way up, there comes a most horrible noise.
Oh my god, it's not a dragon.
And we're going to go to our first break. We'll see you guys on the other side.
The party has faced many dangerous situations before,